Hello and welcome to MoneySense Mondays. Today is our second session, but if you missed last week, don't worry, you can still view it on our Royal Bank of Scotland Facebook page. The session today is for young children between the ages of 5 and 8, and we will be exploring the importance of saving money. My name is Lisa Lauffer, and I'm the Community Banker for the Royal Bank of Scotland, covering Inverclyde, Renfrewshire and North Ayrshire. For all of you watching live today, if you'd like to leave a comment below with your name and or your school, we'll try to give as many of you a shout out as possible. Saving money is something that everyone would like to do more. Well, the good news is that managing money can be improved by taking your time in your day to think about what you can spend and save. Working out the difference in the cost of something that you want to buy against how much money you have can be very helpful when trying to save your money.
Hi everyone, my name is Miss McPherson and I'm a primary teacher in Paisley in Scotland. I'm delighted that RBS have asked me to co-host MoneySense Mondays and share lots of exciting activities with you. Lisa, I'm actually really looking forward to today's session because I'd actually like to try and save money more. I can see lots of you have joined us, so we've got Jack and Neve joining from Stirling, hello to you. We've got Carol from Lockhead, Philip who's age 7, got Gracie, Jack O'Brien from Park Hill School. We've got quite a few from Park Hill School. Ava Cummings from St Stephen's and Clyde Bank. Lovely to have you all with us. During this session, you will need some pens and paper, so hopefully you have these already, but if not, go and quickly collect them now. While we're waiting to make sure that everyone's ready to get started, let's say hello to our connected families. We're really lucky to have 2 families join us this session. Hi guys, how are you?
Morning.
Hi.
Hi.
Good morning. Let's go to Julie and Charlie first. And Charlie, can you tell us a wee bit about you?
I'm 7.
You're 7.
No, I'm 8. What primary school?
Great.
I go to Mearns Primary.
Mearns Primary, super. So hello to everyone who's watching in Mearns Primary as well at home. And let's go to Nick, and we know Tilly because she joined us during last week's session. How are you, Tilly?
Good.
You're good. Are you excited?
Yes.
Yes, we're really excited as well. So let's just get started just now. First of all, I want you to have a think about the different ways that we can get money. You can either write your answers on a piece of paper at home or you can comment them for us below. So we'll just give you a few minutes to comment some ways that you think that we can get money. How do you get money? Let's see if any comments are coming in yet. Still got lots of people saying hello. Struan, Callan and Galston. Debbie's saying that she gets money because she works. Birthday presents, that's a good one. We've got Wendy saying birthday presents. Morvan saying they get pocket money for doing jobs. That's a really good one as well. Lots of chores and things coming in. So your parents might give you some money for completing chores at home. That's a great way to get some money. Pocket money, you might just get some pocket money every week or every month. Your parents might give you some pocket money. Presents, so we've got Christmas presents, birthday presents. That's when we usually get money. Great, lots of comments coming in. We've also got ones that I never thought of, but I did see it earlier, the tooth fairy. Some people get money from the tooth fairy, and for adults, like lots of you are saying, we've got jobs. So I think we can all agree that it's easy to want to spend money as soon as we get some. Have you ever been given some money, perhaps for helping out with the dishes or doing something at home, and then right after it, you want to go to the shops and spend it straight away? I know that as soon as I get paid or someone gives me some money, I want to buy myself something, so I'm sure you're all the same. The next thing I want you to do is think about if there's anything you would like to buy that you would need to save money up for over a period of time. Think about this and let us know what you'd like to save up for in the comments. So if you can think of something that you can't buy with the pocket money or the money you get for your chores, you might have to save up that pocket money for a number of weeks or months to buy a kind of bigger thing that's more expensive. That's what we want to know about. So let's see if we can join Nick and Tilly and Julie and Charlie again to see if they've got anything that they'd like to save up for while we wait for the comments coming in. Let's go to Tilly first.
Tilly, what would you like to buy?
What was
Was it your llama?
a big llama and a big donkey.
You'd like to buy a donkey and a llama? That's an interesting one.
2 toys.
2 toys. Super, that's a great one. What about you, Charlie? Have you got any ideas, anything you'd like to save money up for?
Some Lego, a snorkel, and stuff for when we eventually get to go to Florida.
Oh, super. So you're wanting to buy stuff for when you get to go on your holiday again, and you might want to save up money to take on your holiday as well when you get to go to Florida. That sounds really exciting. I hope you get to go soon. Fingers crossed. Let's see what some of you at home are thinking. What are you wanting to save money up for? Oh, Lindsay wants to save up for a puppy. We've got Sean saying he wants to buy a flight for a holiday. Gary wants to buy a new house. That might take a while to save up for. Let's see what else we've got.
A Lamborghini from Harry.
Oh, a Lamborghini. That'll take a real long
Yeah.
time, I think. That's quite expensive. A new computer game for Nintendo Switch. That's a good one. Save up for that so that you can play it while we're in lockdown. Lucy's saying a unicorn. That's a good one. I'd quite like a unicorn myself, to be honest. Dylan's saying an Xbox One. Ethan, we've got new trainers. New trainers is a good one as well. Lots and lots of things that we'd like to save up for. And there's lots of reasons why people might want to save money. So we've already explored it might be to save up for something like a holiday or a birthday party or just something that's a wee bit more expensive than what you're getting paid for pocket money or chores or anything. It can also make people feel quite good about themselves. So if people are saving up, it helps them feel good. And also we thought about if there's an emergency, such as the carpet might get stained, the car breaks down, the washing machine might stop working. If you have some saved money, you can replace this quite easily. Some people might call that an emergency fund. Super. Now, let's hear from our community banker, Lisa, who's going to tell us more about saving.
Thanks, Miss McPherson. Some great answers coming through today as well. So, did you know that you can open a savings account from the age of 7? So some of you on today's live session might already have one and some of you might not, but you can get one from the age of 7. This is set up in the same way that we set up normal bank accounts by going into any of your local banks and asking them to open up your account. You may have to take some identification and you definitely have to take a grown-up with you as well. And to work out how much you want to save, Miss McPherson, because I know you're still thinking about what you're saving up for, what you can do is at the end of every week, month or year, depending on how much you want to save, you can look at your account and say, I've got £10 left, so let's save some of that so that I've still got some money to spend at the shops if I want to. And your bank can always help you with this through financial health checks, which are done on an annual basis to ensure that everything's still okay in your account and we can't be saving a little bit more than what we're saving at the moment.
Thanks, Lisa. I'll definitely be trying to follow this advice to help me save more. We're now going to read out 2 examples. I want you to have a listen to each one and tell us which person you think is the better saver. You can either write this down on a piece of paper or share your answer by commenting. So we've got 2 people. One is called Heather and the other person's called Mo. You should be able to see them on the screen now. So Heather gets pocket money every Friday. On that same day, she spends all her money buying sweets from her local shop. Mo, on the other hand, divides his pocket money into 5 so that he can buy a small bag of sweets every weekday. Who do you think's the better saver? You can put an M for Mo or an H for Heather, and that might make it easier for the comments to come through a little bit quicker. While we're waiting for the comments, though, let's join our connected families and see what they think. Let's go to Charlie first this time. Who do you think might be the better saver? Do you think Mo, who saves up his, not saves up his money, but he splits it up, into 5 different piles and then he goes to the shops and he buys one every day? Or do you think Heather, she just goes to the shop straight away and spends all of her money on sweets?
Mo.
You think Mo, Tilly? What do you think?
None of them.
None of them? Why none of them?
Don't know.
Don't know, you just don't think any of them are that good?
They just spend it all, so I don't think they would.
Super. They spend all their money, don't they? So although Mo thinks about it and he plans it a wee bit better, he's still not saving any money. And I think lots of people at home were a wee bit tricked as well by that question. I think Tilly really switched on this morning. Lots of people at home are saying Mo, but when you think about it, Mo's not actually a great saver either because he's still spending all of his money. He's a wee bit better than Heather because he's thinking about it and he's splitting it up into 5 days. But none of them are actually saving any money. So let's think about ourselves now. Let's say that today you've been given £5 to spend on whatever you like this week. What would you do with your £5? Why don't you leave us a comment below? And while we're waiting again, let's jump back to Tilly and Charlie and see what they would spend £5 on. Charlie, what do you think? If you had £5, what would you do with it?
I'd maybe get something for my little brother.
Oh, that's a lovely thing to do. So you would buy something for your little brother. What age is your little brother?
He's 5.
He's 5. So you would maybe get him something, a nice present. Would you spend all of the £5 on your little brother or would you do something else with it?
I'll give him £2.50.
Oh, so you would split it, so you would half it, so your little brother gets half and you get half. That's a lovely thing to do. Let's see if Tilly's got any ideas what she would do with £5.
I would just get a little toy that was 5.
You would just buy a little toy that costs £5 at the shops?
Yes.
Why not? That's a good idea as well. Treat yourself. Let's see what some of the people at home are saying. So we've got lots of people saying save it up. So they would just put all of the £5 into maybe a piggy bank or a bank account or something, try and save it up. We've got Jack would keep £2 and spend £2 on sweets. So he's splitting it up. So he's still being able to buy something, get that wee thrill of buying something. But at the same time, he's still trying to save some money for maybe a bigger thing that he wants. Ellie as well, she wants to save so that she can get some nice things when she dances at Disney for the family. Super. Reese is saying save all of it as well, so maybe he's got something in mind that he would like to save it all up for, but it's really hard to do this sometimes, isn't it, Lisa?
It is, yeah. If you think about Miss McPherson, if I gave you £5 today, what would you do with it?
I think I would really, really try to save some of it for a holiday because, like most people, I'm really looking forward to a holiday as well, and I think I've got quite a lot of time to save. So maybe I could half it, like a lot of people at home are saying, spend £2.50 on maybe sweets or something. I know that's not very healthy, but we all like a wee sweet sometimes. And then put £2.50 away. Hopefully, I'll be able to go on holiday with it at some point.
That's a good idea. I think I'm very similar. I think I would spend some and save some.
I think that's the best way because then you're getting the best of both worlds, aren't you?
Exactly. So in order to try and get better at saving our money, there are 2 things that everyone can do to help. The first one is be organised, and the second one is take time to create a savings plan. So I want you to think back to what you said you wanted to save for with Miss McPherson at the start of today's session. We know that saving can be really hard. So why don't you draw a picture of something you could do to help save money? You can ask someone with you to type what you're drawing in our comments below. One thing to give you an idea you could do is place money somewhere safe, like a piggy bank. But there are many other things that you could also do.
Even if you don't have time to finish your picture, you could start drawing it, tell someone at home what you're drawing, and they could comment in. Lisa, I've actually drawn something in advance, and I wonder if you could guess what I'm going to try and do to help me save money. Oh, it's upside down.
Oh my goodness.
Any ideas?
Your drawing skills are excellent compared to mine. So I think what you're going to do is I think you're going to come to MoneySense Mondays and you're going to spend time doing what we do best and answering your questions from your community banker.
That's right. I am going to ask you all the questions that I've got. That's exactly what I was thinking. Well done. Let's have a look and see if our connected families have any ideas of what they might want to draw. Let's come to you, Charlie. What are you drawing?
A piggy bank.
A piggy bank, that's a great way, isn't it?
Oh, that's a good pick.
Yep. And what about you, Tilly? What are you drawing?
I've not drawn it yet, but I'm going to draw a piggy bank.
You're going to draw a piggy bank as well. I think that's a very popular one as well at home. I'm having a wee look at the comments, and I can see lots of piggy banks. I've got Morven saying that she would keep it in a real bank as well, so she might take it and put it in her bank account. Cheryl's saying the same. Let's see if there's anyone else. Keeping it safe. Someone's saying keeping it safe. It's just disappeared, so I can't see who it was. Oh, Jack saying keeping it safe. Super. Lots and lots of comments.
So there are lots of different ways to save. So on the next slide, I'll run through some of the other ideas that you could have drawn. So we've got a piggy bank, which most of you said. Now, it doesn't have to be a pig. I know some people have got their football banks and their Lego banks, any sort of bank that you have at home to save your money in a little jar. You also could spend half of your money on treats and save the other half. So that's like splitting your money up. You can do a wee list. So this is make a list of the money that you have and the cost of anything you want to buy. That way you know how much you have to save. You can talk to people who could give you advice or help you. So anyone at your bank or even a grown-up, sometimes they've got good ideas too. Lots of hands. Work with people to raise money. Help each other save money so we could all work together. And change your behaviour by making decisions that might help you stop spending the money that you're spending if you don't have to.
That's great. Thanks, Lisa. We're now going to try a quick 4-question quiz to see what you've learnt today. So we're really going to see if you've been listening. You can either write your answers down on paper or feel free to comment them below. Okay, let's start then. Number 1, why do people save money? So we had a wee chat about that at the beginning. Why do you think people save money? What's the point in saving money? Let's join Gilly and Charlie to see what they think about this question.
Right, Charlie?
You can save some money up to get like a new car, a new house, like go on holiday.
Yeah, that's a great one. So if you're planning for something in the future that's quite expensive, you would need to save your money up, wouldn't you? Super, great.
And question 2 is, what is a savings plan? So we'll let your comments come through. So the answer, yep, got some coming through now. Yep. So a savings plan is what you want and how much more money you need to be able to buy it. So have a plan in place. If you know something costs X amount of pounds and you have to get there, you then know how much money you need to save every week or month to get to that goal.
Okay, we've got number 3. This is quite an easy one. We should get the comments in quite quickly. What age can you open a young person's saving account? So remember Lisa was telling us what age you have to be to open a young person's saving account. Let's see if anyone can remember in the comments. Well done. We've got Jackie saying 7. Super. There's another 7 as well. Yep, Anne saying 7. Nathan saying 7 as well. Yep, we've got lots of people saying 7, and 7 is actually the right answer. That's when you can open a savings account in your own name.
And our final question is, what things might help you save? So for this, we're going to connect to Nick and Tilly. Hi, Tilly. So what things might help you save?
Well,
Well, we saw, what did you draw a picture of?
I drew a picture of a piggy bank, and it was a pig.
That's definitely one way that it could help you save. Yep. You can think of any other ways?
People giving you money.
Yep, and you're keeping it safe in your house. Yep. So by putting money in a place you know you will not spend it. You can also talk to people who give advice, like someone at your bank or a grown-up. Setting a little aside to save each week, month or year. And you can also change your behaviour by making smart choices, such as buying something cheaper rather than the full brand. That's another way that you could help save money.
Lots and lots of ways that we can save money. Thanks, Lisa. We're going to finish off with some quick questions now. This is some time in the session to answer your great questions about money. We're so lucky to have Lisa and her expertise here with us, so feel free to post some questions that you have in the comments below and we'll try our best to get them answered for you. I think we're going to join Tilly and see if she's got a question. And she can ask the first question.
What did you ask me?
Do you have any questions about saving?
Why do you save money?
So I think the reason that people save money, Tilly, is for the reasons that we've gone through. So in case of emergencies, or if you want to buy something that you don't have enough money for just now, you can save up enough money over the weeks and months to make sure you can buy that. But it also makes you feel good, knowing that you have that little bit of money sitting at the side for when you want to spend it.
Super, thanks Lisa. I think we've got some questions coming in from the people at home now. So let's see, we've got Jackie asking, how do you stop someone from going into your bank account?
So for that, it depends on what way they're going into the account, but I suppose just ensuring that you don't give anyone any of your details. That includes PIN numbers, passwords, passcodes, anything to do with your bank. Everything should be confidential to yourself, so you shouldn't be given any details. And if you do get statements and things through the post, ensure that you're shredding them and disposing of them correctly and you're not putting full statements in the bin for other people to see your details.
Great. Our next question, what happens if someone finds out your PIN number?
So Myla, what you would do is if someone did find your PIN number, you would go straight to your bank and get your card stopped. But you can also change your PIN number at your bank's cash machine as well. So that way you're changing it immediately. But the first thing to do is always get in touch with the bank. And if they've stolen your PIN number, then also contact the police as well.
I've got one from Alex, who's 7. Where is money made?
So money is distributed from the Royal Mint and also the Bank of England. So this is a question we had last week as well. So the notes and coins are made separately. They're not made in the same place. And then it gets distributed out to all the different banks.
Next one, how are people able to get their money from the machine?
Okay, so from the cash machines, when you put your card in, it automatically reads the server reads whose card's in there and how much that person has. And then you type in the amount that you want, and the cash machine, it's very, very intelligent, and it whizzes round, gets your money and gives you out. If you don't have enough money, the machine will tell you that you don't have enough money to withdraw, and then you maybe have to ask for a little less money.
Thank you. How do you know how much money is in your bank?
That's a good question, Sarah. Now, there's lots of different ways where you can find out how much is in your bank. The first one is go into the bank with your card and speak to a teller and they'll tell you. You can also use any of the machines at the branches, so your cash machines. You can put your card in there and it will also tell you. And the other way is with your online banking and your mobile banking. You can log into that and it will tell you up-to-date information on how much you've got in your accounts.
What do you do if you forget your PIN, Lisa?
Don't worry about that, Neve. If you forget your PIN, it's very easy to get a reminder sent out. You can go into your branch or you can phone your branch and ask them to send you a new PIN out. If you've got the mobile app, you can also use the mobile app to order a new PIN number as well.
That's great. Let's see, what happens if someone steals your money from your bank?
Okay, Logan, so that's a really good question. So if someone steals your money, you will need to go into the bank and speak to someone. And what they'll do is they'll contact our fraud team and they'll run through everything to make sure that your accounts are safe. They'll also contact the police as well because someone's stolen your identity and used your money. And what we'll do is a reinvestigation to see what's happened and whether or not we can retrieve your funds back for you.
Thanks so much, Lisa, and thank you to everyone at home for some really interesting questions. We're really sorry if we didn't manage to get yours answered, but we're really running out of time now. We need to get ready for the next session. So if you think of any questions during the week, note them down and we'll try and answer them next week for you.
Did you know, Miss McPherson, before we finish up, that if you saved 50 pence every week for the whole year, you'd have £26 by the time the year was over? Because you've got your 50 pence times your 52 weeks of the year gives you your £26. Just think what you could do with £26.
I know.
Set yourself a weekly, monthly, or even a yearly savings challenge, thinking about all the things that you've said today that you want to save for, and start today.
Do you know, Lisa, I think I'm really going to try and do this. So I've actually got my bank here and I've got 50 pence right next to me. So I'm going to pop that in, and maybe you could try and remind me to do it every MoneySense Monday. And then this time next year, I'll have £26 to buy something that I want.
That's a great idea, Miss McPherson. I might follow you and do that also. So to increase your understanding about savings, why not visit our MoneySense website and have a go at playing the Super Savers? It's a real cool game, kids. And it's interactive. You might also want to have a go at designing or making your own piggy bank to save your money. You can use your colouring in pencils, even get the paints out, and use upcycled materials like your old yogurt cartons, egg cartons. It would be cool to see some of your pictures.
That really sounds like lots of fun. Thank you all for joining us and for all your hard work during today's session. We hope you really enjoyed participating, and we look forward to seeing you next MoneySense Monday when we'll be learning about keeping our money safe. In the next session, we're going to be looking at ways to pay for 8 to 12-year-olds. Have a great day, take care and stay safe.
Bye. Hello everyone and welcome to MoneySense Mondays. This session today is for young people between the ages of 8 and 12 and we will be exploring the different ways a person can pay for goods or services. My name is Lisa Lauffer and I'm the Community Banker for the Royal Bank of Scotland, covering Renfrewshire, Inverclyde and North Ayrshire. For all of you watching live today, it would be nice of you to leave a comment telling us your name and or your school and we will do our best to give you a shout out. There are lots of different ways that you can pay for things in our modern world. Having lots of payment options increases the flexibility for customers to help them make payments on time and not get into debt. The type of payment a person uses can depend on where they are and what they're buying, whether they're in a local shop or online, as well as the amount of money being spent on the purchase. For example, you're unlikely to go and buy a car with some loose change.
Hello everyone, my name is Miss McPherson and I'm a primary teacher in Paisley in Scotland. I'm delighted that RBS have asked me to co-host MoneySense Mondays and share lots of exciting activities with you. I can see lots of you have joined us already, so let's say hello to some people. We've got Lexi, age 11. We've got Amy saying she's very excited for today, I'm glad. We've got Claire, Riley Scott, who's 6. We've got Owen, who's 9. Sienna, who's 10. We've got Tim from St James Primary, who's 12.
We've even got someone from Mearns Primary, which is the same as Charlie from our last session, Miss McPherson.
Oh, super. Hi to you as well. Lots and lots of people joining. Thank you all for coming to join in with us today. While we're waiting to make sure that everyone's ready, so you'll need paper and pens for today's session, we're going to say hello to our connected families. We've actually got 2 connected families today, so we're really lucky. Hi guys, how are you?
Good.
Hi.
Hi, we've got Holly and Ellie. How are you?
Good.
Excited for some money activities?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's lovely to have you with us. And we've got Gracie who joined us last week for last week's session as well. Are you glad to be back, Gracie?
Yeah.
Yep, it's lovely to have you all with us. Thanks for joining us. Okay, let's just get started then. The first thing that we want you to do today is look at these pictures that are on the screen and see if you can name each one of them. So in the comments or on a piece of paper at home, just see if you can name all of the 6 pictures that are on the screen just now, and we'll just wait for some comments coming in to see if you're able to get them.
Some of these look a little tricky, Miss McPherson.
I know, some of them are quite hard, I think. Oh, we've got someone saying credit card. Good, the first one is a credit card, yep. Also, the second one's a credit card, the first one's not a credit card. Is it? They're really hard to see, I think. Yeah, the first one is a credit card. Any other ones? Owen says that there's a debit card, a credit card, and money. So he's got 3 of them out the 6. We've got Robin's. Notice we've got a store card on the screen as well. Super. Timothy says credit card, debit card, store card. Yep.
Yep.
Great.
Oh,
So
someone here's got a cheque. Graham's written down a cheque, so that's one that we hadn't had before. So well done, Graham. So we've still got 1 more to go.
Oh, and we've got it from Zoe. She said picture 4 is Apple Pay, so we've got some sort of phone we can pay with. Super. So as you've all said, the first one is a debit card. Second one, we've got a credit card. Third one, we've got cash, so notes and coins. Fourth one is paying with your mobile phone, so you might have Apple Pay or Google Pay. Then we've got a store card and we've got a cheque. So all of these different methods of payment have positives and negatives. They've got advantages and disadvantages. So we want you to have a wee think about the benefits of them and maybe some of the things that are not so beneficial about them, while Lisa and I talk you through each one. So first of all, let's think about debit cards. Debit cards are quick and easy to use. They can be contactless. So remember, this just means that we can tap them on the machine instead of inserting them and typing in our PIN. However, it can be really hard to keep track of spending with a debit card. Next, we've got credit cards. Shops are set up for their use. You can get cash out using them, and they're easy to use, but sometimes a little too easy to use. However, you need to remember that you're borrowing money when using a credit card. So if you pay that money back late, you'll have to pay more, which is called interest or a fine.
Thank you, Miss McPherson. So we also have cheques. So cheques can be beneficial as they're a safe way to pay for something to a person or a business. However, in the current climate, not many places take a cheque. Some shops and services just won't accept them anymore. We also have our online banking. So this is a very flexible way of paying for things, shops, bills, friends, and it's very easy to keep track of what you're spending. However, you need access to the internet and you need to be 16 or over to be able to transfer money via your online accounts.
Thanks, Lisa. Then we have mobile phone payments, which are really easy to use and allow you to spend money on the move. So there's no need for you to have a purse or wallet when you just have your phone. However, you need to obviously have your own phone to do this, and it needs to have internet access, and you must be 11 or over to be able to pay. Lastly, we have cash. So coins and notes are really easy to use, less likely to lead to debt, and allow you to see what you're spending really easily. However, we know that cash can sometimes be stolen really easily, and it obviously can't be used to purchase things online. Let's hand back to our community banker, Lisa, to tell us more.
Thank you, Miss McPherson. So you can have a bank account as soon as you are born, as long as you have a valid birth certificate. This would be opened by your growing up in your name and in trust for. A lot of people are always asking about the difference between credit and debit cards also. There is a clear difference. A credit card is what you use to pay for things each month and you get a bill for it at the end of the month. If you don't pay your full bill, you'll be charged interest, which is debt. However, on a debit card, again, you spend it the same way, but the money is taken out of your account at that time, so you can't go into debt with it.
Thanks, Lisa. Some interesting information there. We're now going to investigate some of the ways that you can pay for items in different situations. So what I want you to do is listen to each of the 4 different situations and write down on paper or comment below which payment method you could use. There might be more than one, but what do you think would be more appropriate? Think about the methods that we've just talked about. We've got debit cards, credit cards, phone payments, coins and notes, etc. and decide which one you think would be most appropriate in each situation. So our first situation is if we go to pay for tomatoes in a fruit and veg shop. So if we're buying tomatoes, how do you think would be the best way to pay? Our next situation is paying a bill for using electricity every month. So how do you think would be the best way to pay for your electricity bill? Got situation 3, paying for a new game online. So if you're lucky enough to get a new game online, how would you go about paying for that? What do you think would be the most appropriate method? And our last situation is paying for a family holiday. So if you're going on holiday, don't think we'll be going on any holidays anytime soon, to be honest, but hopefully in the future we'll be going on holiday. So if you're paying for a family holiday, what do you think would be the best way to pay for that? Before we read some of the comments out, let's join our connected families and see what payment method they would use in some of these situations. So let's go to Nick and Gracie first. Do you want to pick a situation that I just read out there and tell me whether you would use cash or a debit card or a credit card, or what payment method you would use for that?
So tomatoes. If you were buying tomatoes, what could you pay for it with?
Cash, and you could use your card.
Yep, good. Cash is probably the most popular one, using coins and notes, but you could also use your card. Good, that's super. Let's go to Holly and Ellie and see if they can pick one of the situations. So do you want to pick one, maybe the paying for a new game online? What do you think about that one? How would you pay for that?
Debit card.
Debit card, you thought? Super, that's a great idea. So you could either use your debit card or your credit card. Great, let's see what some people at home are thinking. So we've got Lorraine has said that for situation 2, which was paying for the electricity every month, she would use her debit card, and paying for a family holiday, she would use her credit card. So they're great ideas. Thanks for that, Lorraine. Lots of people are saying the same, Lisa. I wonder if you could tell us what you think for each of the situations.
Yeah, certainly, Miss McPherson. So for situation 1, the paying for your tomatoes at a fruit and veg shop, most likely would be notes and coins, so your cash. You could use a card, but a lot of small stores don't accept cards, they are only cash. For situation 2, for paying your bill or using your electricity every month, a cheque or maybe set up a direct debit. So a direct debit is where you have a payment to a company for the same amount that they're wanting every month, and you don't have to do anything. It's already set up and you've pre-arranged it, and it just comes out of your bank account. Situation 3 was paying for a new game online. So yeah, lots of people have already said credit and debit card. So the other one that you could do is PayPal. Quite a lot of people use PayPal. And you can also use Apple Pay and Google Pay to pay for things online as well. And situation 4, paying for a family holiday. So you could use a cheque, you could use your credit card or your debit card, and you can pay cash as well for this, and your Apple Pay. So with the holiday one, you can actually pretty much use all of the above.
So we've got lots and lots of different ways that we can pay for each different scenario. Interestingly, the most popular method of payment in the UK, though, is the debit card. Have you ever seen or held a debit card? Some of you will have spotted one in the slides before, and I actually have one here too. So this is what a debit card would look like. Every bank offers a debit card, and their layout is very similar. Look at the picture of a debit card that's now shown on the screen. Or later, if you're able to, you might want to ask a grown-up at home if they have a debit card that you could look at. What do you think all the information and numbers show on this debit card? Lisa, do you know?
I do, Miss McPherson. Would you like me to tell you?
I really would, thank you, yes.
Okay, so on the front of the card, you have your chip, which is where the card is read at any of the machines to tell you whose account that it's for. Underneath that, you've got your 16-digit number. So that is your long PAN number, which is your card number. Underneath that, you'll have your expiry date, and sometimes you have your issue date as well. You'd also have your name on the front of your card. Now, some debit cards, depending on which bank you're with, will give you your account number and sort code, but not all banks do that. But they all have the 16-digit PAN number on the front. And on the back, you've got your signature strip, which is very important, and you have your CCV number, which is where you insert 3 digits into the computer if you're buying things online or over the telephone.
Thanks for that, Lisa. As Lisa said, if you had a debit card, you would have to sign the back. So I want you to have a go on paper at home at trying to come up with your very own signature for when you get your own debit card. Let's see if Gracie and the girls can come up with their own signature. So let's go to Holly and Ellie first. Have you managed to get a signature yet? Or are you still practicing?
Still practicing.
Still practicing. Trying to get it so that nobody can copy it. We're trying to get our signature so that it's just unique to you. Nobody can forge it so that they can't try and buy stuff using your name. Gracie, have you got a signature yet? Or are you still practicing as well?
Still practicing. I
Still
can't come up with
practicing.
it. I'm still looking.
Super. So you're taking it really seriously. That's great because it's really, really an important thing to have a signature that nobody can copy, like I said. Super. We'll maybe pop back to you if we've got time at the end to see if you've got your signature by then. All right. Oh, have you got yours?
Oh, that's good.
Fantastic. That looks great. Well done. Thank you.
So as Miss McPherson said, it is very important when you do get a new card that you sign the back of it as soon as possible. This protects you and your card if it was to get lost or stolen. Also, please ensure that your PIN number is also kept safe and secure. Don't let anyone know what your PIN number is, and don't use your date of birth. This number should be a unique number that no one would be able to guess. If you do lose your card or your PIN number, contact your bank as soon as you can, and also let a grown-up know. That way, your bank card can be cancelled and we'll get a new one out in the post to you.
Thanks, Lisa. We're now going to try a quick 4-question quiz to see what you've learnt today. You can either write your answers down on paper or feel free to comment them below. Number 1. Name 3 ways that you can pay for goods or services. So we spoke at the beginning about different ways that you can pay for things. So can you think of 3 of them? Even if you can't think of 3 of them, you might want to post 1 or 2, and then hopefully we can work together to get all of them.
Sounds like a good idea, Miss McPherson.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
So we'll just wait and see if anyone can get that one.
Oh, we've got Debbie saying cash, debit or credit card. Super. So she's been able to name 3. That's 3 different ways we can pay for things. Mary's got money and cards as well.
Yeah.
I've got Liz. She's mentioned cash, card and cheque. Cheque was a good one. Jackie's saying Apple Pay.
Yep.
Let's see. I think that's most of them, isn't it, Lisa?
Yep. So we've got payment cards, which would be your credit cards, debit cards, store cards. You've got cheques, cash. You've also got your online banking, and then you've got your Apple Pay and your Google Pay. So yep, got all them answers there. Well done, everyone.
Thank you. So number 2, we've got what is a positive and negative for using online banking? So what's a good thing about online banking and what's not such a good thing about online banking? I wonder if we could flip to Nick and Gracie and see if they could tell us a positive and negative about online banking.
Is that number 2?
Yes.
The positive is it's safe, and negative is you need internet.
Super, Gracie, you've really been listening. Thank you. So the positive is it's safe because you have to type in your username and your password, and then you have like a memorable information part as well.
Yeah.
It's really flexible. You can see it at any time, and it's quite easy to use. But as Gracie said, you need internet to be able to access this, and you also have to be 16. Let's try number 3 then. What is the most popular method of payment in the UK? So what is the most popular method of payment in the UK?
Will we go over to Holly and Ellie to see if they know the answer?
Yeah, let's have a look.
Debit cards.
Debit cards, super, that's right. Debit cards is the most popular method of payment in the UK. Great,
Well
girls,
done.
thank you. And number 4, where do you find your security card number? Let's see if the people at home know this one. Where would you find your security card number? That was the 3-digit code that Lisa told us about. Let's see if anyone gets it at home. I think lots of people are saying their debit card. So you would find a security code on your debit card, but whereabouts? Tracy's saying on the back. Yep.
Well done.
Lisa, can you remind us exactly where it is?
Yep, so it's on your signature strip. On the right-hand side of your signature strip is where you get your 3 digits of your security code.
That's great, thank you. Well done. We hope you enjoyed that little quiz. We're now going to finish off with some quick questions. So this is some time in the session where we're going to answer some of your great questions about money. We're so lucky to have Lisa with us, so feel free to post some questions and we'll try and see if she can answer them for us. I wonder if we could go to Gracie and she could ask a question first. Do you have a question you would like to ask, Gracie?
Yeah. Why do some people not accept cheques?
That's a really good question, Gracie. Thank you. It's down to the individual business that they don't accept cheques, and it's because that when they get a cheque, they don't get the money straight away. They have to wait for the cheque to be cleared. So it can take 2 days before they get the money. Although they've got the cheque today, they wouldn't get the money until Wednesday. So some businesses and companies don't want that. They want the money straight away.
Thanks, Lisa. Let's see, there's some questions coming in just now. We've got Phoebe and Holly asking, where do you make credit cards?
So I'm not 100% sure on that question. I would imagine that all credit card companies would have their own area where they would make them, their own factories and things that they would get them made and produced.
Super, thanks, Lisa. What happens if you run out of money? That's a great question from Ellie. So if you run out of money, what happens, Lisa?
So if you do run out of money, don't worry too much about it. You can go to your bank and you can talk to them, and they'll go over your accounts to see what we can do to try and help you to ensure that the same doesn't happen again next month. Now, for your grown-ups, there are things that they can do. They can have overdrafts, or they can maybe have a credit card to help them out over that short period of time. But what we do is the best thing is just to get to your bank and have a review of everything that goes into your account and everything that comes out of your account to make sure that we don't get in that situation again.
Lorna's asking, it's Kieran that's asking, Lorna's asking for Kieran, what's better to use, a debit card or a credit card?
So that's a really good question, Kieran, and I suppose the answer depends on what you're buying. So if you were maybe paying for a holiday, I would say a credit card would be better because you've got the protection through your credit card. But if you were going to Tesco's or Aldi, things like that for your shopping, then your debit card's absolutely fine to use. I use both.
Okay, we've got, how does the shop get the money if you use a card? That's a great question.
Yeah, that is a really good question. So when you pay for things in shops with your card, again, they don't get the money straight away. They have to then electronically ask the bank to transfer the money to them. So at the end of the day, they would go to the bank and give them all the details of all the cards that were used. The bank would go into that person's account, take the money out and send it electronically to that company.
Super, thanks, Lisa. Can you have a bank account if you're under 16?
You can, yes, Tracy. So depending on what age you are, there's lots of different types of accounts. You can have an in-trust account from the day that you get your birth certificate, and then there's lots of different types of accounts depending on your age. But if you go onto your bank's website, then you can see all the different accounts there.
What happens if your account gets hacked?
That's a good question, Rachel, as well. So there's lots of different ways that you can report this to your bank. You can either do it on the telephone, you can do it through your mobile app, or you can go into the branch itself. And what we do is then we have an investigation to see how and why your accounts were hacked and try to ensure that you haven't given out any of your information unknowingly, perhaps, as well. You might not know that you've done it. And then once we've done our investigation, we would then freeze your account so that no more money can be taken out of it. And you would still be able to get cash if you needed it. And once the investigation is finished, we would then let you know what the next outcome was.
Super, thanks. Which cards work in cash machines? That's from Olivia.
Okay, Olivia, so yeah, in cash machines, you can use any debit cards. Most credit cards will also work, but if you use them in a cash machine, you will get charged for them because they're not for withdrawing cash as such. They're more for using in shops to purchase things.
Thanks. I actually saw a question that's disappeared though, but they were asking what the difference between paying with a credit card and paying with PayPal is.
Okay. Oh, here it's here. So Graham.
Yep,
Claire.
Claire,
So,
yeah.
Paying with a credit card, sorry. You're paying with your physical card. Through PayPal, you're actually going through a separate company to use the payment. So if anything was to happen to the goods or services that you were purchasing, you would firstly go to PayPal to help you, and they've got their own team who would then look into what you were buying. So for example, on eBay, I know a lot of the payments go through PayPal. You don't pay with your card, you pay through PayPal. And that's because they've got a set up on, if anything does go wrong, PayPal are able to intervene and try and get that investigation sorted for you.
That's great. Thanks, Lisa. I'm just going to, one more, I think. Is there a limit on how much money you can put on a cheque? That's from Anna.
So there isn't, Anna. You can put as much money on there as you want, as long as you do have that money in the bank. So when you write a cheque, you have to ensure that when the person puts into their account, that you have the money in your account ready to come out and go into the other person.
I just want to double check that the girls, Ellie and Holly, they don't have a question that they'd like to ask.
Do all shops take cards?
Good question, girls.
But no, I get similar to checks. Not all shops will take cards. Some shops, your smaller shops may only be cash. They may only want notes and coins. And that's because to get the card machine, it also costs money for a shop or a company to use a card machine. So if it is a small shop, a small outlet, they might not want to pay out to be able to use cards. So they'll stick with just notes and coins. But good question.
Thanks, girls. Some really interesting questions there, Lisa.
Yeah.
And some great answers from you. Thank you so much for answering them all for us. We'll be taking more questions during next week's session. So if you think of a question throughout the week, note it down for us and we'll do our best to answer it for you then.
Thanks, Miss McPherson. And did you know, this is an interesting fact for you, that the bank card was first introduced 50 years ago? However,
Wow.
I know, men used them more, as women required a male signature in order to get one. Thankfully, this changed in 1975. Some of your relatives, such as your grandparents, they might remember this. Now, I know we can't see your grandparents just now, but you can always ask them when you give them a wee phone or when you wave to them through the window if they remember that men had to sign for a lady to get their bank card. Thank goodness things have changed a lot since then, eh, Miss McPherson?
Definitely. Thank goodness for that. I don't know what I would do without that bank card.
Me neither. But thank you for joining us today, everyone. We hope that you've enjoyed this session. And please remember that you can always log on to the mymoneysense.com website. This is where you can learn more while at home. Why not test your knowledge using the Ways to Pay quiz? And there's also a case study there too. The MoneySense website includes lots of fun interactive games, videos, and there's even some things there for the grown-ups too.
Yes, you should definitely visit the My Money Sense website. I love it. Thanks for joining us and for all your hard work during today's session. We hope you enjoyed participating and we look forward to seeing you next MoneySense Monday when we'll be learning all about fraud and scams. Have a great day, take care and stay safe. Bye.
Bye.